the Yuba County Five friends, an abandoned car in the mountains, and a journey into the wilderness that made no sense. The night out. On February 24, 1978, 5 young men from Yuba City, California attended a college basketball game in Chico. They were a Jack Madruga, a Bill Sterling, Ted Weiher, a Gary Mathias, a Jackie Hewitt. They were close friends, all excited for a basketball tournament they were scheduled to play in the next day. After the game, they began the drive home. They never arrived. The car. Days later, their car was discovered on a remote mountain road near Plumas National Forest. The location was baffling. It was far from their normal route. The car was not stuck. It had gas. The keys were missing, but the doors were unlocked. It looked as though they had simply parked and walked away into freezing wilderness. The footprints. Searchers found evidence the group had walked deep into the mountains. Snow began falling. Temperatures dropped below freezing. But there were no clear signs explaining why they left the car. They were lightly dressed. No camping gear. No survival supplies. The trailer. Months later, searchers discovered a Forest Service trailer over 19 miles from the car. Inside, they found the body of Ted Weiher. He had survived for weeks. He had access to food rations, blankets, the heater, but most of the food remained unopened. The heater had never been used. Ted had lost significant weight. Nearby, the remains of Bill Sterling and Jack Madruga were found in the forest. Jackie Hewitt's remains were discovered years later. Gary Mathias, the only one experienced in the outdoors, was never found. The strange details. The mystery deepened with each discovery. The men walked miles through snow in the wrong direction. Survival supplies inside the trailer were left largely untouched. Ted had carefully wrapped himself in blankets, suggesting someone helped him. Gary's shoes were found inside the trailer, but Gary himself vanished. It appeared someone had led the group into the wilderness, but no evidence showed who. The witness, a man named Joseph Shans, later reported suffering a heart attack on that same road. He claimed he saw headlights and figures with a baby nearby, but his account was inconsistent and never verified. Still, it added to the eerie confusion. Theories. Lost and disoriented. Perhaps they became lost and panicked. But the path they took led deeper into danger. Fleeing something. Did they abandon the car because they were afraid? But of what? There were no signs of pursuit. Influence of Gary Mathias. Gary had military training and wilderness experience. Some believe he led them, but why toward danger? And why was he never found? The creepiest part. Ted Weiher survived the longest. Evidence showed someone had cared for him at some point, wrapped him in blankets, positioned him, but whoever that was, disappeared, just like Gary. The lingering mystery. Why did 5 men leave a working car on a cold mountain road? Why walk miles into deep snow? Why ignore food and heat that could have saved them? And what happened to Gary Mathias? The Yuba County 5 case remains one of America's strangest wilderness mysteries. Because sometimes the scariest question isn't what happened, it's why. Thanks for watching After Hours Mysteries. Until next time. Thanks.